Well, the budget that was tabled on the 1st of February by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, her fifth and last full budget, if I may call it that, was a very workmanlike budget. It was really shorn of extravagant bouquet of pre-poll promises, given that, as I said, this is the last full budget before the election in 2024. So there were no quotes typically that you've got to associate with budget speeches from the famous poets from the states, 9 states going to elections this year. There were not too many attempts at grandstanding and showmanship. She did, of course, refer to the Modi government's record, but there were not too many efforts. But while sticking to the knitting, especially as far as fiscal prudence was concerned, it also provided a fair number of sops to the ruling party's traditional support base, that is the high net worth individuals and the middle class. But anyway, before we get into the details of that, let me just say that whenever you look at a budget, you should look at it from two lenses, the macro lens and the micro lens. So let me first start with the macro lens. So if you look at it from the macro lens, there is certainly an improvement in the fiscal management prima facie. After a modest breach in the fiscal deficit target for the last year, where the target was 6.4 to be met this year, the finance minister has promised that she will meet that. And the next fiscal, she has said she will achieve 5.9. And she's also stuck to her earlier promise of achieving less than 4.5 by 25-26. Now, this seems a rather tall ask, given that means we have just 2 years to go, and next year's budget will be essentially a vote on account. It will be an election year. So the scope of reaching that less than 4.5 by 25-26 seems to be a little overdone. So by and large, I would say that yes, she has done reasonably well, but you also have to remember that actual fiscal deficit in terms of the absolute number is substantially more than what she had budgeted last year. So the ratio, she has been able to adhere to that 6.4%, but that's mainly because the nominal GDP got a substantial bump up because of higher inflation. So though prima facie, it may look as if she's done a wonderful job on fiscal management, in practice, if you discount for the various sops that she has got, also additionally the huge revenue that she got because of higher GDP nominal growth, the performance is not as great. It's certainly not bad. This is not to take away any credit from her, but I think one has to factor in the fact that the fiscal deficit in absolute terms is definitely much more than what was budgeted.